Into some PowerShell here, and if you guys want to follow along with me and you wonder where PowerShell is, just click on the little start button and type in power, and you'll see two of them, x86 for the 32-bit PowerShell, and then you'll see regular PowerShell here, so the 64 and 32-bit. All right, it doesn't really matter which one you use, they all work the same, but it just all depends on where you're going to go with it. If you write it in 64-bit, it will save those files off as 64-bit files, which will really suck to be you if you're going to try to run them on a 32-bit operating system. Right? So, yeah, so we're just going to work with x86 because it's 32-bit, and we'll just kind of go with it. Yes, you can just use regular PowerShell.
If you do x86, then I need to write off.
32 or 64 will work. All right, so this is PowerShell. You guys can follow along with me if you want. So we're going to do some really kind of interesting things here as we kind of go through this. So the slides, I'll probably be bouncing in and out of the slides throughout this presentation so we can do this kind of hands-on. So welcome to Windows PowerShell. Huh? Then you should move closer to the board. Okay. All right. So if you left the things at home that you really needed, then you should sit closer to the board.
I didn't want to be late, marked late, so I didn't turn around when I realized they were.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the 10 basic commands that will save your bacon in Windows PowerShell. All right. First one, always get -sign help. So you just type get help, you're going to see a whole bunch of garbage across your screen. Right? So, yes. So it's going to be get help. We'll drop a whole bunch of stuff off to your screen about how Windows PowerShell works. So you can get help, get process displays help about the get process commandlet. And basically what it is much like applets, these are little individual chunks of code that run every time you do something. So when you say get help, it just coughs a bunch of text out to your screen. Right? So you can talk about get command, get member, where object, about remote, all sorts of other kind of gets. Yes, sir?
That was when you typed in get.
I typed in get help, get -sign help, get -sign help.
How come when I typed that in and asked me if I wanted to update the help?
Oh, we'll go through debugging here in a little bit. Right? I don't know what you've done to your computer, so I don't want to know. All right, so it's get -sign help. That's the one you want. First PowerShell commandlet everyone should know about because sometimes we just need help. Lots more help. Right? Set execution policy. All right, so much like any other scripting language, there's permissions. Permissions will always kill you. Guaranteed. I'll put $5 on that one that someone's script's not going to run because we forgot to set the execution policy. So restricted, this is the default. Right? So if you just type in a Windows PowerShell command, it's always going to run in restricted mode, which means its interaction with the operating system and its interaction with the services and processes is really severely reduced. Because we don't want hackers to get into Windows PowerShell because you can do awesome stuff in here. So its default is restricted, limited, oh my God, I can't do anything. Thanks for tying my hands behind my back and making me stand on one leg for the rest of the day. Right? Next one is all signed. If the scripts are signed with a certificate that your computer recognizes as valid, right? So a standard PKI certificate like you used in 2.16, it will run. But it forces everything to be signed, but only if they're signed by a trusted publisher. So it has to be RSA, or it has to be CA, or it has to be any one of the other trusted publishers out there for certificates. So when you find and you use a Microsoft trusted signing certificate for your code, right, then it will run okay. The other one is remote signed. If the execution policy is set to remote signed, scripts that have to be locally created will be allowed to run, but scripts that are created remotely will only be allowed to run if they're signed. Right? So that's that whole idea. It has to be a trusted publisher. So signing is kind of a pain in the butt. Right? Because how many people here are running around with a trusted Microsoft code signing certificate? Yeah, I thought so. I don't even have one myself. All right, unrestricted, as the name implied, removes all restrictions upon the execution policy, which is like really handy. So if you want to run your code, you run it in unrestricted mode. That will probably really help you out. And we'll go over some of those kind of errors as we kind of go through. Yeah? Yes, ma'am.
One of these is supposed to be 32-bit.
Yeah, just go with that one. Okay. Get execution policy if you're working on an unfamiliar server, and how many people of us really know our servers well. Right? We don't date our servers. We don't take them out for drinks. They're not bros. Right? So get execution policy. If you're working on an unfamiliar server, you'll need to know what the execution policy is before you attempt to run a script. Right? So if they've locked down the server, if you have to run something on a remote server and they've locked it down, get the execution policy. Find out what they've done to their server to secure it. Right? Get service. Get service command provides a list of all the services that are installed on the system, whether they're running or not. So if you need to find out if there's a specific service you need to run your script, you can just do get service and find out if that service exists or not, or is actually running. And then you remote toggle it on, you run your stuff, you remote toggle it off, and you're done. So it's good, right? Convert to HTML. You guys are going to do this one. Convert your output, convert what's going on in your box to an HTML page, which is really handy if you've got a lot of stuff that you need to update and you need to run hourly or daily stats on the services. You can just convert them over to HTML and then drop them onto SharePoint or drop them onto a website. And boom, there you go. You're done. Life is good. If you have someone that's a little bit more primitive and wants to work with a spreadsheet, you can convert to a CSV file, comma, separated values. All right, comma, separated values.
Looks like Excel.
Yeah, it looks exactly like Excel, and then in terms of how it's pointed in, right? So you can create an HTML report or drop it into a CSV file, which will make your account happy, right? So you can convert based on how the other person works, right? If you want to do a database of all these services running across the thing, you convert to a spreadsheet, and then you suck that spreadsheet into your database. Tons easier to keep track of what's going on your boxes. Right? Where converting to HTML is more based on the presentation. You can do more stuff with the CSV file, like dragging it into a database and doing trending and tracking across the board. Makes your life a little bit easier as a system administrator. Select object. Right? So, if you tried using this command above, you know that numerous properties are included in the CSV file. So we'll be looking at those here in a little bit. Right? The select object command allows you to do specific files for inclusion. So if there's something you really want to track, like is Adobe Acrobat installed, you can find out. Does someone have a non-expiring password? That's an attribute. You can find out. Right? So you can do tons of cool stuff. Get event logs. So you can actually haul the event logs out of a box, drop them off as a CSV file, dump them into a database, and then comb through your event logs and find out what's going on. Right? So that's really kind of a cool thing. So the event logs are normally in their own event log format. This allows you to go grab them, convert them, drop them to a database, and then go screaming through. So it's really kind of a neat way of doing it. So if you type get event log minus log application, all right, you can kind of see where these things go. Get process. As you use this, the get service, display a list of all the system services. You can get process commands to list all the processes currently running on the system. This will show you the ones that are currently running. So if you are looking for Trojan Maker Bot 19, find out if that service is running. Just because it's your birthday, I'm going to have to torture you. All right. Yes. Stop process. Sometimes process will freeze up. You can remotely stop other people's processes, which are really kind of fun to do, right? Especially if you have remote access to someone else's box. You can just go and completely stop process on their monitor and just go. Run away. Just keep that thing dying. Right and left, right? So you can either do it by name or by ID. Most of us are going to be really comfortable with names because I don't know how many people are really comfortable with process ID numbers in Windows Task Manager. How many times have you seen this? All right. So you can kill it by process ID or you can kill it by name. If you kill it, fun. Yes. Huh? We'll go over that in a minute.
A long way to go. So some cool things you can do if you're on an Active Directory network, if you're logged into the Highline network right now, right, you can go and type in show user accounts with a non-expiring password by typing in search minus AD account minus password never expires pipe FT name object class user principal name. I don't know if it will work. Because remember, you're working in a restricted environment as well.
So there's some other stuff. If you want to find someone office, if you want to stalk somebody and find their office phone, you can actually comb through Active Directory just looking for someone's office phone number, which is really kind of cool. If you want to find out what's connected to your drive, you can just type in something called PS Drive. PS Drive is easy because it will probably work on everybody's computer. So if we type in PS Drive, you can find all the drives that are connected to your computer right now. Right? So we have my C drive, which I'm using 52 gigs. I have 183. I have an H drive out there with 707 gigs free, which I'm probably going to want to use later. Then my instructor drives, J drive, and all the rest of it. So, you know, something that's got 5 terabits, you know, that is a honkin' BitTorrent server. 5 terabits of storage, I'm good. Right? But you can use this to find out how much stuff is actually available on your box. So PS Drive is really easy. It's a good first command to type in and find out what you're all connected to. Now, to run scripts, you need to be authorized. All right? So remember, code signing. If we're untrusted, or we're trusted, or unrestricted or restricted. So if we do get execution policy and then set execution policy as unrestricted, allows you to run anything once you know the current execution policy. So if someone set a different execution policy for your computer, you can undo that by setting it to set execution policy unrestricted. So it doesn't really matter what they did to lock it down. You can kind of go back and squirm it just for your computer alone. So, and running your script is all about syntax, right? So if there's a space in the directory name, then you want to enclose it in quotes. Right? So that's one big tricky thing, right? PS1 is for PowerShell 1. If you have different kinds of, there's 4 different versions of PowerShell right now. We're going to be working in version 3. Current is version 4, and that comes with Windows 8 and Windows Server 2012. All right, so if you upgrade, you're kind of going to be kind of on your own. Now, some of you who are typing along may be seeing some red marks on your screen. We'll go through that here in a minute. All right, so pipes, right? So remember pipes? That you can do get service space pipe sort object status pipe format table. Everybody go ahead and type that in. So I want to do get minus sign service space pipe sort minus sign object status pipe format table. All right. Here, we'll bring this up for you guys so you can actually see it. So get service pipe sort object. Nope. Status pipe format table. We good? All right. So that drops everything off into this nice little format and breaks everything down by what's running, what's stopped, and what's paused. So this is kind of interesting if you want to find out something that's paused, right? It will always drop your stopped ones first, then your paused, then your running. So it's really kind of a neat way of just dropping stuff out to the screen. So if you wanted to find something, you could do it really easily, really quickly, right? So that's kind of your first little Windows PowerShell commands. Kind of easy? All right. Now, let's do an export. So I want you to do this next. Get service pipe sort object status pipe format table pipe export minus CSV C services CSV. I want you to type this command. I want you to type get minus sign service pipe sort minus sign object status pipe format minus sign table pipe export as CSV service.csv.
And you have to put spaces after the last letter in the pipe, or not?
Yes, spaces are good. Spaces are always good. It helps you read them. The computer doesn't care, but it'll help you read them a little bit better. You will. Because I'm an evil tricksty instructor that will do horrible things to you. So if you see something like this, this could be a permissions issue. So what did we not do?
Unrestricted.
First question, do we have permission to write to the C drive?
No.
Second question, did we run this as unrestricted?
No.
All right.
So that's why I didn't come up with anything because I'm doing it on my own.
Uh-huh. What kind of horrible instructor am I? I don't know. All right. But, again, it's that whole idea. Permissions will stop you dead in your tracks every time. So, did I have permission to write? Did I make an error in syntax? Did I screw up typing? What happens if I try to write to my home directory? Right? So, your home directory is going to be different than mine. Right? But what happens if we do get service sort object set format? So if you just hit the up arrow key and then change this over to C, whatever your home directory is on your box.
C/your home.
Your home, not my home. Right? So, gets, yep. So how do you find out your own home directory is on your computer? No, that's Linux. PWD and Linux will work. How do you find it?
DIR.
No. That's, no. How do you find your home directory in Windows? All right. So a really easy way to do this is just go here, right? Go computer, right? Users, and then I'm going to be dmoral here. So it's going to be C:\users dmoral, and then my documents. And remember that you've got to do this with the quotes around it. Otherwise, you'll see that space in there for my documents, and it hates spaces. Hmm? So did you get it?
You put unrestricted like right before.
No. Just go ahead and put a quote here.
Oh, okay. So put quote here.
No, the other. And then at the end. So just hit end. Yeah, hit enter. Oh, there's no space in my documents. Hit up arrow key. Space between my and documents. Yeah. There you go. All right. So typing will kill you. Yes, sir. You can. You can. I'm just going to make you do things a little bit harder. All right. Yes, sir.
If the directory is capitalized, does that matter?
No.
Windows does not care about capitals.
No.
Okay. There we go. No.
So really, that should be just exported off for this CSV.
Enter keys are awesome. You have to have the number keypad lock on.
Is it student?
Yeah.
You know it's student, it's supposed to happen.
No, caps don't matter here. You just have to follow the right path all the way through.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
Yeah.
And you're telling me, wait a minute. We're good to go. Wow, that's a whole bunch of...
Stuff.
There's a whole bunch of hash values.
All right. All right. How many people have successfully accomplished this task?
Just hold on.
All right. I'll wait some more. We're good. Yes, sir.
That's sort dash object standards. Format table dash table. Export dash CSV.
There's should be a space between sort object and then status. There should be a space there. Maybe. Now try it. There you go. You got it.
How come Windows uses the other flash?
Because they're just Windows and Linux. There's a difference between the two.
And it reads different?
Mm-hmm.
It's different?
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. Why are you doing that?
What?
No. Those are going in the wrong direction.
But when I tab,
Yeah, those are going in the wrong direction.
even though when
Those
I
are
tab,
going in the wrong direction. See users. No, the other one. Come on, your Windows. So users,
No, I'm not. You're trained to not be.
/ MySpace documents. Yep, MySpace documents. / no space. Service.csv. Close quote. Enter. Yeah, you want one of those two there. All right, now hit enter. There you go. Done. Good to go. Sort under one.
You have quotation.
No, he's got good quotes. He's got good quotes. User, student. Is it user, student? Go here. Just go here. Click here. Go here. Go there.
So what was your output? When
Come
you
on,
hit
double click.
enter?
Do it.
Yes.
Users. Student.
What was your output?
All right, so you do have that, right? Let's go back to this. See, user,
No,
student.
what is
My
it
documents.
on your screen when you hit enter? It just took me to user/student.
Yeah, that's right. Got it. Typing. Typing is wonderful. You got it.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay, this is supposed to be the result, right?
Yeah.
But when I open the Excel,
Ah, we'll cover that in a minute.
okay.
All right, so how many people have successfully done this?
Which one? Oh, I see. No?
What you got? It's not going to matter. No, you're good. All right, how many other people have got this? Are we good? All right, now, here's where the interesting part comes in. All right, you should have this file. Does everybody have that file?
Yeah. First we need to hit enter.
Hold on. Yes, hitting enter is good after the command line. Hitting enter is awesome. So we have this, right? So we got around this little error, which is service object not found. Oh my God, you don't have permissions. Remember, permissions will kill you every time. Typing is hard, right? So permissions on what can run when writing a PowerShell script, permissions on directories, your permissions when assigning remote services, all this stuff can muck up a beautiful script. All right? Yes, sir?
Is there an easy permission thing like sudo?
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. So your assignments this week. And all of this stuff's in these slides.
Okay.
All right? All of this stuff's in the slides. So there's no surprises here. Your job this week is to get a list of running services and just send me a screen cap. Get a listing of running services formatted as a table, which you guys just did. Get a listing of running formatted as a table and output as a CSV file, which you just accomplished. And then we go a little bit off script, drop it as an HTML file. And then zip all these things and shove them into Angel for me. That's your job this week.
Formatting as a table. Have we gone over that?
Huh?
Did we just go over that?
I'm sorry, what?
Did we just go over formatted as a table?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Oh, when we did the, yeah,
Format table. Format table.
got it.
All right?
Oh, it was the command we just,
So all this stuff's in the slides. If you go through the slides, this will take you about 5 minutes. The typing bit will be a little bit more painful, though. All right? All right? So if you do, all right, if you have exported CSV, right, what would you put here to convert it to HTML? Yep, that's it. Yes, that's all you got to do. Because as we kind of go through this, right?
So is it this Friday or next Friday?
Convert to HTML. Right? It's easy. Easy peasy, guys.
This Friday.
So I agree.
All right.
Does this mean you're actually giving us 2 assignments for this week?
No.
So it's actually due next Friday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. See, you were starting to worry us. We thought we were going to have 2
You were the only one that was
I don't know if we can handle it.
Just for you, you can turn them both in on Friday. Happy birthday!
You're number 1!
All right. So everything's here in the script, right? Everything here is good to go. So you guys know exactly what to do. Just remember your permissions, right? You just did the CSV.
You have to now go to students.
All right. Users tomorrow. Uh-huh. Okay, so for all of you guys that are like freaking out, so we have our service file, right? And everyone's like going, oh my God, 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 oh my God. What on God's green earth is all this stuff?
Those are hash values.
Bingo. So whoever, all right, so both of you guys get the extra credit point for the day. But bingo, right? Just because it looks nice on the screen doesn't mean it looks nice coming out the other end of it.
I don't think nothing looks nice coming out the other end.
I was waiting for someone to jump on that. All right, just because, right? So that's one of the things that you kind of need to be aware of is that formatting output is going to be the same, all sorts of horked up for right now. We'll get there. We will get there. We're just getting started out, so baby steps. All right, little teeny tiny. Let's get started and just do some cool stuff with it. All right? So kind of makes sense? Yes, sir. Did I mean to say something looks good? I kind of probably side-tongued that one a little bit and probably just offended half the people that will watch this video.
I picked up on it.
So, yeah, just go with that. All right, next good question. All right, so you guys comfortable with this? Real kind of basic, real kind of easy, just like we started out with Linux scripting. We start small, and then we keep on going so that at the end of the next 5 weeks, you guys will be able to do cryptology. Yes. Yes. All right.
That sounds bad.
It's not bad. Cryptology is fun. That's archaeology. All right. All right. Next. Are we good? You guys going to go practice a little bit? All right.